Okay, surf lesson. We're going to learn a song. We're going to talk about the chord progression that this tune uses, along with so many other surf tunes. And we're going to talk a little bit about tremolo picking, which this song uses as well. And if you're going to play surf music, you have to know how to do that. And if you play blues, if you play country, you'll feel right at home with the chord progression. Okay, so before we go much further, I should say something about Dick Dale. If you don't know who Dick Dale is, he basically created surf guitar in the early 60s. The song he's probably most known for is called Miserlou, which was in the very beginning of Pulp Fiction. It sounded Middle Eastern. It didn't sound like pop music at the time. And then he worked with Fender to create the dual Showman. All right, so he needed a really big, powerful amp to give him a really clean sound at high volume. And then he used an outboard reverb unit because most amps at the time didn't have reverb. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was Shake and Stomp. And before we get into the lesson part where we learn that riff, and that's all we're going to do, we'll learn the riff today. We're not going to learn the solo. We're going to look at the chord progression. All right, so it's in C minor, and it's a 1-4-5. So it uses C minor, F minor, G. And the way you know it's a 1-4-5, and by the way, this is a really common chord progression with all those early surf tunes. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So Wipeout and Pipeline, slightly different, but the same kind of thing. And then this one, and I think Let's Go Trippin' is another one, which is a Dick Dale song. But the way you know it's the 1-4-5 is that if you play a major scale starting on C, that's the 1, and so 1, 2, 3, 4 is F, 5 is G, right? And do that without playing other strings. All right. So 1-4-5 is probably one of the most common chord progressions in blues and rock and roll, and, as I said, surf. So if you already know this, you can ignore everything I just said. So, all right, getting to the lick, what we're going to do with this is, for that first part, we're going to use just the bottom 3 strings. 6, 5, and 4. Okay? So, and we're going to start on the 3rd fret, or G. Can you see that? 3rd fret, or G, on the 6th string, right? So that 3rd fret, G, and then 5th string, 3rd fret, C, and then open a D string, or 4th string, and then the 1st fret on that D string, or 4th string, which is E flat, open string D, and then back to C on the 5th string, and then the 1st fret on the 5th string, and back to the C again. So that's the basic pattern. And when you come back to that C, you can do the tremolo picking part, which we'll get to at the end. Anyway, that's probably if you're just starting out, that's probably the hardest thing. And I don't think I'm as good at doing this as other things, because I feel like my right hand is like an Eric Clapton hand. It just wants to go slow. Right? And you can play that straight, or you can play the rhythm, which I think is something like this. But the important thing is to play that note and work on that tremolo picking. Okay? Now, when we go to the 4, or the next part, you're taking that same pattern and you're moving it from those bottom 3 strings to the next set of 3 strings, right? So you're, instead of starting on the G on the 6th string, you're starting on the C on the 5th string, but the pattern's the same, right? So 5th string, 4th string, open G, 1st fret, 3rd string, G, and then 3rd fret on the 4th string, 1 fret up, right? Same pattern as the first. And when you land that last note, once again, it's tremolo picking. And you go back to the beginning again. I can't do that slow. But anyway, that last note you play, you do the tremolo picking. And then for the 5, the very last part of this chord progression, you're going to go back kind of to sort of the first pattern, but it'll change slightly. So you're on the 5 or the G, and you're going to start on that 3rd fret on the 6th string, right? So it's this, the first 2 notes are the same. C, open D, 1 fret up, and then back to the G again. And then you finish it. You finish it off by right. So the whole thing is, I'm just going to do this without the tremolo picking. And then the second part is, and then back to the first part again. Let's play the right notes, Dave. Right? Okay, so the tremolo picking. And it's all with the right hand, of course. So let's see if I can move this. So the rhythm is, once again, I'm going to play it slow. Kind of like that. And so start slow, and then build up the speed. Okay, one more thing. After that first break where he says shake and stomp, he doesn't play the pickup notes. He doesn't go. He just plays from the G to the C. And so forth. So that's the only thing that's really different. And my light's not working, so I'm using just regular lights. And that's it. So I hope that's understandable, and we'll see you next time.